Anubha Aneja, founder of HōmAnAn, and today with me I have someone whose brand carries 100 years of craftsmanship and yet continues to reinterpret for a more contemporary and global audience. Hi Rahul, it's really wonderful to be here with you at Understorey and see all this beautiful work happen here at the factory itself.
I'm very glad you guys are here.
Thank you so much for having us over. While 100+ years legacy brings a lot of weight to the entire existence, but what's your philosophy?
To try and create the best rug possible. Instead of creating 100 mediocre ones, we wanted to create one great rug. But we've always tried to innovate in textures, in colors, in qualities, and weaving techniques. We try and perfect the ones that we have, and we try and come up with new ones and try and reinvent our thinking, ourselves, our motto, everything, every single year.
So Rahul, for those who are going to be experiencing Understorey rugs for the first time, would you like to tell our audience what all kind of rugs do you do?
I think the kind of rugs that we're only into hand-knotted carpets. We make everything by hand, and not just the knotting or the weaving process like you see behind us, but every single process we do from inception to when the rug is finished is all done by hand.
Okay.
And I think that brings some sort of specialness to what we try and create here. From rearing of the sheep to carding of the yarn, to dyeing of the colors, to then weaving, washing, finishing. There are a lot of aspects and a lot of people involved. And those are the kind of rugs we try and make, and try to do it with a lot of dedication, sincerity, and as much innovation as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm. So most people look at a rug and see the surface, but what are the elements used in the rugs, or what are the various textures, what are the things that bring a rug together? Not many would know right at the look at it.
Yeah.
What would you like to bring out over here for them?
I think the first thing what we try and look at is the raw materials that we use. That plays an extremely important part in when we're trying to create a carpet. We try and, as I said, try and use the best raw materials we can find anywhere. People generally think of rugs as just wool or silk, but we work with over 100 different types of raw materials.
And is there anything called a summer rug or a winter rug, or like a monsoon or seasonal rugs out there?
My personal answer to this is that this is a myth. There is no direct correlation between the temperature or climate of a place to the kind of raw materials you're using on a rug, because you're not wearing it, it's on the floor. So there's no direct relationship to it. I understand the question, because generally people in colder climates have a tendency to use a thicker pile rug.
Yeah.
They use more mohair or cashmere rugs because they it gives them a warmer feel. But there's no correlation between the two. You could use a thick pile rug or a thin pile rug in any kind of temperature, and it has no bearing on one another.
You've created a special collection for HōmAnAn.
Yes.
And like I said, people are already in awe of the pieces that they're seeing at HōmAnAn and would love to see more. And on our request, you've done this collection, and we're really happy that you're bringing them to HōmAnAn audience. Please tell us more about it.
Well, the one-of-a-kind collection, our thought process was in two parts. One was we wanted to repurpose yarn. By that I mean that when you issue carpets on a loom, let's say you issue 100 kgs for a rug, you tend to get 1 or 2 kilos back. You always issue in excess so that it doesn't go short on the loom. Over time, when you're weaving thousands of rugs in a year, every year you tend to accumulate all this yarn. So our thought process was what to do with it. We don't want it to go to waste.
Yeah.
How can we repurpose it to make something beautiful? And The second part of that was, okay, fine, we figured out a way to repurpose it. Anybody can repurpose this yarn and make a rug. How do we make it special? Rather, how do we make it that it is only one of a kind? It cannot be replicated. So that second part was where we started brainstorming, and we came up with a dyeing technique, which I don't want to disclose exactly, but we came up with a technique where after which it becomes irreplicable. Post that technique, once we dye that repurposed yarn, that rug, whatever it comes out to be, is what it is, and it can never be recreated. We can try, but we will never get the same look twice. And I think that was a very special element for the collection for HōmAnAn that we did, and that's how we came up with the concept.
So are we saying, like the name suggests, one of a kind?
Yes.
Each piece is the only piece that one gets?
That will ever be created.
Wow.
And it can never be recreated. We can try,
but you will not ever
it will never ever be replicated.
How much time is invested in making a piece? And do you think that the cost of a piece is also directly proportionate to of course, the raw material, but also the time?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's completely a hand-done process. We do every single process by hand. So you can imagine over 20 processes, everybody working with your hand. There are thousands of people involved. That tends to take time. There are no machines involved, no machines anywhere that we use, whether it's rearing the sheep, carding the yarn, spinning the yarn, dyeing the yarn, weaving the rug, washing the rug. It's all done by hand, side binding the carpet. All of that, because there's so many people involved, that tends to take time. Obviously, the most time-consuming process out of these all is the weaving process, because each knot is woven in one knot after the other, and there are tens of thousands of knots on a single rug. And it takes months. People dedicate months of their lives on just producing one single rug. And all of that not only has a cost of time, but a cost of money, obviously, as well.
Right. So Rahul, what do you suggest should be the budget to buy these rugs?
So that depends on the person who's buying it, because, you know, a budget generally is set on what the person needs.
Requirements.
Yeah, their requirements. What kind of raw materials they want to use, how many colors do they want to use, what kind of design do they want us to weave, what size do they need. Those are all factors that come into play when you decide a price of a rug, because it can go from 50,000 to 50 lakhs, depending on the need of the person. But we try and innovate on every aspect, on every front. So we cater to all kinds of rugs. We do all qualities, all sizes, all colors. So it depends on what the person needs.
What would you say to someone who's choosing the rug on the basis of the flooring that they've done, whether it is a stone or it's tile or it's wooden flooring?
Again, my personal answer to this would be that they should, I think, design the house based on the rug, because you should design it ground up, I suppose. And see, we treat our rugs as art for the floor, because that's what we are trying to create. And it's the most time-consuming product probably that you'll buy for your house.
Right.
Because it's made completely by hand, and it has a very powerful presence. Depending on the raw materials you use, the kind of design you get, or the colors you choose, it has a very powerful presence that can sort of dictate the mood of the room. So I think the first and foremost choice should be of the rug, and then decide what comes around it, rather than going the other way around.
So would you agree with me when I say that carpet is your first layer when you're styling the house?
100%.
So Rahul, thank you so much for giving us your time today. It was really awesome to go through the nuances of how a rug is made, whether it is from the point of view of it being a hand-knotted thing, from the time spent to the raw materials, to the end creation, which is really beautiful, and it's a huge amount of effort that goes into it, a lot of love, a lot of labor. Yeah, and I would like to have a lot of people come and experience this over here. But before we end the whole conversation, would you like to say something to our audience here?
A lot of effort and hard work has gone into creating these collections. They're exclusively at HōmAnAn in New Delhi, and I would just love for everybody to come and experience them.
Thank you so much. So guys, come and experience these beautiful pieces, not just to see them, but to own them. A piece of this 100+ years legacy can be a part of your house. Thank you.